Could a 30% tax on your everyday shopping spark a US recession and ripple across the world? Walmart's warning, Wall Street's gamble, and what it all means for you. This isn't just economic theory, it's your future in the crosshairs. Imagine you're at the shops. Prices have quietly crept up again. You think, it's inflation, it'll pass. But what if it's something much bigger? Behind the scenes, a storm is brewing in the US, and the warning sirens are getting louder. The CEO of JP Morgan Chase, Jamie Dimon, has just said it out loud. A US recession is still very much on the table. Not speculation, not projections. A real threat. Creeping into American homes, hitting wallets, and forcing even the biggest names in retail to sound the alarm. The Walmart warning. Let's talk Walmart. The world's largest retailer and the biggest private employer in the US. To put it simply, if Walmart's raising prices, everyone else will follow. During their recent earnings call, Walmart's top execs confirmed what many feared. They can't shield customers from rising costs anymore. Even after a supposed easing of tariffs on Chinese imports, the financial pressure is too intense. CEO Doug McMillon made it clear. Retailers operate on razor-thin margins, and when tariffs spike, those extra costs can't just disappear. Their CFO followed up with a grim reality check. Despite strong earnings, they're expecting to start raising prices by the end of the month. Why this matters? Here's the deal. When Walmart raises prices, it's not just about the cost of a toaster or your weekly shop. It's a sign that every household in America could soon be paying more for everyday essentials. Retail analyst Neil Saunders put it bluntly. Walmart is firing the starting gun on a period of price increases. And when that gun goes off, it's not just big stores that feel it. Small shops and local retailers can't compete. They can't absorb these costs. They don't have the bargaining power. They're not calling the White House for favors. They're just bracing for impact. The hurricane analogy, economics expert Steve Leisman likens it to a hurricane. Right now it may seem calm. We're in the eye of the storm, but all around the winds are gathering. Yes, tariffs on Chinese goods have dropped from a massive 145% to around 30%. But don't be fooled. That's still 5 times higher than before. And that 30%, it's a direct hit to the consumer, to small businesses, to anyone trying to stretch their budget. Retailers, especially the smaller ones, are now scrambling, not to get ready for Christmas, but just to protect their existing supply chains. Their focus has shifted from thriving to surviving. Who really pays? And here's the part that really hits home. According to political analyst David Frum, tariffs aren't just economic policy, they're a tax. But not just any tax, one that hits the poorest people the hardest. Why? Because tariffs apply to goods, not services. So if you're buying pasta, plates, clothes, electronics, things you actually need to live, you're paying more. And guess what? Wealthier families aren't hit the same way. They dine out, pay for services, and enjoy luxuries untouched by tariffs. The result? A massive shift of the financial burden from the rich to the rest of us. What happens next? So, what's the political response? That's where things get murky. Both Republicans and Democrats have embraced tariffs at different points. Some calling for smart tariffs, others backing sweeping ones like Trump's and now Biden's. But the core truth remains: tariffs equals taxes. And the people least able to pay are being asked to carry the heaviest load. The takeaway? Let's be clear, a full-blown recession hasn't happened yet. But the signs? They're impossible to ignore. The combination of soaring tariffs, fragile supply chains, and rising consumer prices is no longer just theory. It's becoming reality. And if the US economy starts to spiral, the effects won't stop at American borders. As the world's economic engine, any shock in the US sends waves across the UK, Europe, and beyond. So, keep your eyes open. Your shopping receipt might just be the first place you see the storm approaching.